The Frank Courtship by George Crabbe. Grave Jonas kindred, Sybil kindred sire, was 6 feet high, and looked 6 inches higher. His faithful spouse, when Jonas was not by, had a firm presence, and a steady eye. But, with her husband, dropped her look and tone. And Jonas ruled, unquestioned and alone. They had one daughter. And this favorite child had oft the father of his spleen beguiled. Fixed were their habits, they arose betimes. Then prayed their hour, and sang their party rhymes.
O God, be merciful to me, a sinner. O Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, for the...
Their meals were plenteous, regular and plain. The trade of Jonas brought him constant gain. Vendor of hops and malt, of coals and corn. And, like his father, he was merchant born. When Sybil rested in her father's arms, his pride exulted in a daughter's charms. A maid accomplished, he was pleased to find. Nor seemed the form more lovely than the mind. But when the fit of pride and fondness fled, he saw his judgment by his hopes misled. High were the lady's spirits, far more free her mode of speaking than a maid should be. Too much, as Jonas thought, she seemed to know, and all her knowledge was disposed to show. Now the grave father took the lass aside, demanding sternly, "Wilt thou be a bride?" She answered, calling up an air sedate, "I have not vowed against the holy state." "No folly, Sybil," said the parent. Know what? To their parents, virtuous maidens owe. A worthy, wealthy youth, whom I approve. Must thou prepare to honor and to love.
Love and marriage, love and marriage.
Formal to thee, his air and dress may seem. But the good youth is worthy of esteem. Shouldst thou with rudeness treat him, of disdain should he, with justice, or of slight complain, or of one taunting speech, give certain proof. Girl, I reject thee from my sober roof. My aunt, said Sybil, will with pride protect. One whom a father can, for this, reject.
No, 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 no.
Nor shall a formal, rigid, soulless boy my manners alter, or my views destroy. Jonas then lifted up his hands on high, and, uttering something twixt a groan and sigh, left the determined maid her doubtful mother by. Hear me, she said, incline thy heart, my child. And fix thy fancy on a man so mild. Thy father, Sybil, never could be moved by one who loved him, or by one he loved. But will he love? Said Sybil. I am told that these mild creatures are by nature cold. Alas, the matron answered, much I dread that dangerous love by which the young are led. That love is earthy, you, the creature cries. And trust your feelings, and believe your eyes. Can eyes and feelings inward worth descry? No, my fair daughter, on our choice rely. All flesh is grass, before you give a heart. Remember, Sybil, that in death you part. And, should your husband die before you love, what needless anguish must a widow prove? No, my fair child, let all such vision cease. Yield, but esteem, and only trifle peace. I must be loved, said Sybil. I must see the man in terrors who aspires to me. At my forbidding frown, his heart must ache. His tongue must falter, and his frame must shake. And, if I grant him at my feet to kneel, what trembling, fearful pleasure must he feel? Sybil, meantime, sat thoughtful in her room, and often wondered, will the creature come? Nothing shall tempt. Shall force me to bestow my hand upon him. Yet, I wish to know. The door unclosed, and she beheld her sire. Lead in the youth, then hasten to retire. Daughter, my friend, my daughter, friend, he cried. And gave a meaning look, and stepped aside. That look contained a mingled threat and prayer.
O Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, for the sake of the prayers of thy most pure mother and all the saints, have mercy on us. Amen.
Do take him, child, offend him, if you dare. The couple gazed, were silent. And the maid looked in his face, to make the man afraid. The man unmoved, upon the maiden, cast a steady view. So, salutation passed. But, in this instant, Sybil's eye had seen the tall, fair person, and the still, staid mien. The glow, that temperance, over the cheek had spread. Where, the soft down, half veiled, the purest red. But then, with these, she saw attire, too plain. The pale brown coat, though worn, without a stain. The formal air, and something of the pride that indicates the wealth it seems to hide. Josiah's eyes had their employment too. Engaged and softened by so bright a view. A fair and meaning face, an eye of fire, that checked the bold, and made the free retire. But then, with these, he marked the studied dress, and lofty air, that scorn or pride express. With that insidious look, that seemed to hide, in an affected smile, the scorn and pride. And, if his mind, the virgin's meaning, caught, he saw a foe, with treacherous purpose, fraught. Silent, they sat, thought Sybil. That he seeks something, no doubt. I wonder if he speaks. Scarcely she wondered, when these accents fell slow in her ear. Fair maiden, art thou well? Art thou physician? She replied. My hand, my pulse, at least, shall be at your command. She said, and saw, surprised Josiah kneel. And gave his lips the offered pulse to feel. The rosy color rising in her cheek seemed that surprise, unmixed with wrath, to speak. Then, sternness she assumed, and, Doctor, tell. Thy words cannot alarm me, am I well? Thou art, said he. And yet, thy dress so light, I do conceive, some danger must excite. In whom, said Sybil, with a look demure. In more, said he, than I expect to cure. I, in thy light luxuriant robe, behold want and excess, abounding and yet cold. Here needed, there displayed, in many a wanton fold. Both health and beauty, learned authors show. From a just medium in our clothing flow. Proceed, good doctor, if so great my need. What is thy fee, good doctor? Pray proceed.